Okay, YouTube should be good now. In theory, it should be good. So you said, can we stop? See if it keeps going. You sent it up to 24, to 27. Did you mean in the bullish direction? Okay, gotcha. And R, I agree with you. So exactly, like I said, we inversed the 5. I just deleted it, but there was another 1 minute that got inversed. So we got bearish sign number 1, bearish sign number 2, and then the displacement in itself is a bearish sign. If it was a weak, slow bleed, I don't feel safe on shorts. So what I would say is these two, one of them will be our entry model, or we inverse it and close back beneath it on the first one, or the second one. I prefer the second one because that gives us a better risk to reward, aiming for London low, like you said. But that doesn't mean we won't take the first if it happens. So let's see. That's a strong rejection. It's kind of unfortunate how far the trade is. But I'm gonna take it. We're gonna go for London low, and I'll protect it or outside of this gap. That should be, so that's only a 1.4. At this point, that's where we look for our hourly targets. Perfect, look what we got here. A volume imbalance. These two candles are not even, yup. Hourly low. So we switch bias from long to short. This is the volume fill. And then this is an hourly wick low as well. Okay. So where is our 2-to-1? Perfect, right before one of our levels. We're gonna place the trade, 400 risk as usual. Let's see what we get. Good initial reaction. I will go break even if we break this low. We need a good closure beneath it. Not just a wick. Perfect, bro. Real quick, I just want to touch on something. This is why I like to be very open to listening to price and its short-term direction, as opposed to saying I'm stuck on a long bias all day. BE, real quick, bro. I'll go BE after the New York low break, because we could see a reversal around London low. But this obviously is coming before. What if the reversal happens here? You know, what if we are in a larger time frame bullish scenario where this seller's leg was a little more manipulation, you know? We don't know that, so let's see. If it wicks under London low, would you go break even? I went break even now because it closed beneath New York low. But if you're a 1-to-1 trader, I believe you got your yep, you got your 1-to-1. You know, perfect, break even. But that was a nice move, guys. So we got 1 loss, 1 break even. We technically can lose 2R in a day, so we could take another move here. You know what though? What time is it? 12. You know what? I'm gonna take this as a sign. We took a loss and our second trade didn't realize anything. Price might not be perfect for our edge, so we can wait for a better day. This is the whole slow is fast perspective that I had to work on embracing, because a year ago for sure I would take at least another one or two for sure. And with that loss and with that break even, let's do analytics check real quick. How was our session, guys? I'm gonna give it a 5-star. I think we're doing all right. Still, good hit rate. Good hit rate. Wow, our average RR increased. And if you were on a 100K eval, you're about, I forget what the 100Ks are. Is it 6K profit target or $1,000 away? Oh yeah, just like earlier, my friends. Average win, 0.76%, right? Average loss, 0.3, so about half. This is more, in my opinion, a little more important than your hit rate. You could have a 60% hit rate or a 55%, but if your wins are nearly double your losses, it'll just be slower, but you're profitable over time, you know? Hey, can you continue the price action on the day and see what happened? Yeah, of course. Let's continue the price action on the day and see what happened. So this was the setup. We were in a bearish trade. We were in a short. Yeah, we were in a short. Let's just play. I'm gonna click play and let it finish. Okay, so here's the good thing, guys. Our reading got the direction right. It's just our risk management tagged us out, and it's okay because you can finish the day with confidence that you're reading the tape well. We got the trend right, and at the very least, risk was managed. It's nicer to walk away with a win, but we have tomorrow, we have the next day, we have the next week, assuming, you know, we're alive. Is that cool, R? You know what? I think when we finish this month, I'll post a tweet about our analytics. I'll be like, yo, the community knows we got a pretty good month. Oof, almost messed that up. All right. London low, sorry, Asia low, London low, London high. All right. Let's sound a little bit like a broken record so our subconscious starts to pick on program things in. What is step one again, guys? Step one, because I totally forgot. I'm gonna get some water while you guys answer. Nobody? There. Excuse me. Perfect. So we got the grab. And initially a nice reaction, but no bearish gaps created or respected. So wow, that's pretty bullish. Never mind. Okay, this is something I have not asked yet, but I think it's pretty clear if you were here much earlier. Do we have our bias yet based off of this pattern? And do you know who's in control? Can someone answer? Would we trade that? No, exactly, no bias. It's choppy, yep. Horrid range, yeah, exactly. It's where accounts go to suffer, unfortunately. And our psychology. We are wicking lower lows, but we're not really making lower lows. And look at, even though we have a small gap here, and it inversed it, we're inside overnight range, and direct price has not even been super directional. These last legs right here, these last four with that volume imbalance, okay, a little bit, but we need to start breaking these highs. Otherwise, we're still gonna be in a range, you know? Like that, perfect. Nope. We need a great closure above that. I'll leave this one up to you guys here. Would you guys think this is enough expansion to be long? There's no wrong answers. We just learn. You think so? Okay, cool. So I'd just move to the next day, to be honest. Okay, because of this price range. Okay, let's see what R says. Let me see what time it is. It's 10:40. I mean, we're an hour and 10 minutes into it. Alex, I would say, just me, I'm not saying you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with moving forward. You actually save your capital. I would say let's give it another hour at least. If this is the same in an hour, for sure move on. Maybe wait for another retrace and go long. Sorry, higher low. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this gap was so respected, we didn't even tap into it, which is bullish, and we are breaking to the upside. So let's wait and see if we get, yup, confirmation like that. Yup. At this point, we can seek a gap entry. Now, price has been mid, so we can't fully. Ooh, that's not what looks bullish. This is a tough PA day, actually. Yeah, notice, like, for example, I was looking at this, I should have referenced it. We inversed it, and no expansion. I mean, it looked like expansion. I would have thought, if it was in real time, I would have thought, oh, this is great. And then we get slapped. Yeah. Let's see, my friends, if we have anything significant on the 5. Yeah, we do. this is what I see here. We have a 5-minute gap. So notice price did expand. It did become bullish, but the one long setup we got, entry was no good, and then it would have stop lost anyway. We didn't get an entry because it just blew through it. You know, we didn't get a reclosure here. Price inversed it. This would have been our entry. We didn't get that. So the fact that we didn't even get entry is bearish. It would have hit stop loss had we just marketed in here. And now we have a 5-minute that's being inversed. So if we get expansion off this 5, I would say pretty bearish. If we re-inverse it, I'm gonna wait until we see a break of structure to go long up here. Yep, that's expansion. You know what? I'm gonna say this last low. We break this last low, I'll be okay with shorts. We can't do it now, it's a little too early. I mean, at least we created this new low. We're expanding past it. Yep. Oof. All right, guys. So, question: are you guys feeling a little bearish at all because we're back in the range displacidly after inversing a 5, or are you still bullish because we had such a strong sequence and that this could be manipulation? Just curious on your thoughts. No right or wrong. We don't know what's gonna. We're just gonna place our bets on the highest possible breaker information. Bearish. Everyone's bearish. Okay, we're gonna go bearish. And you know what? I mentioned we close below here. I'll feel bearish. So we're all on the same page. We just now need an entry model. What do we have? And we did sweep London high, London low, and Asia low are completely open. So that's a fresh zone. So this is a 5. We get a tap into here and a reclose beneath, I'm in. If we don't get that, I'll do the same thing on this 1-minute gap. And you know what, it's riskier, but we'll do it on this one too. Because we've managed risk okay, we can take this risk. If we get an entry, actually. Oof, no entry. No entry, that's what we want. Oh. That's valid. So we're going shorts. London low is super close. Our stop would have to be above. Oops. Damn it. I wonder if the 5's too long. You know what? The 5 is a pretty strong magnet, so I will put it outside the 5. Yeah. Even if our RR is no good, man, we're gonna. The 2R is between London and Asia. Now, same step. We look for the hourly levels. So we have wick low here. We have gap entry here. Gap fill here. I will get one more internal low. Yep. And then we have our Asia low. So our 2R target is in between levels again, which is what I prefer. Our 1-to-1 traders will be good before London grab. That's perfect actually for the 1-to-1 traders. Again, 400 no changing that. Okay. And get rid of our last low. And I have an idea of break even. Anybody have an idea? I think it's pretty clear here, but just in case. Where would you guys go break even? London low? You go for London low? Okay. We'll do London low. I was thinking this low because what I like is a break of structure. When we get a break of structure, I feel like that's valid confirmation for the downside. If it does come all the way back up to entry, model's invalid, but I'm gonna go with what you guys said, okay? London low. Ooh, nice. Okay, so I'm not break even, but technically I would have been. I'm gonna see if I get break even and you guys get a profit or not. London low, perfect. Break even. Now we're both break even. We're both break even. Nice. 1-to-1 traders already closed out. Chop, chop, huh? That's perfect. We got the trend right. Even if we hit break even, short-term trend, not bad. Perfect, guys. Another 2R. Let's just see if it, yep, see, so Asia low is the magnet, right? Again, a lot of other traders, like, I know we would see Lanto go and he would capitalize on this for sure. But yeah, different people, different mindsets. I will work to that level one day. But right now, I love to compound. Ooh, even deeper retraces. That's the one thing about the way here, the model is crazy. I'm gonna backtest it. No problem roaring moment. Real quick, the one thing, just for your psychology, because I think, let me see if you sent me the DM, if it was you. Your name looks familiar. Yeah, you sent me, okay. To answer your question real quick, you have to be okay with missing out on big moves if you're gonna trade the way I trade. And that's gonna be where your psychology comes in. You know, can you walk away? Can you override the FOMO? Because me, closed it here, right? And then a lot of guys close it here like me, and then they see all this. So the next day when they get a trade, they're not using a conservative take profit. And they're like, no, what if I miss it? I'm gonna have it out here. And we don't know which trade's gonna work and which is not. What if you start taking a lot of break evens or stop losses because suddenly you're always stretching your TP, right? I'm only mentioning that because just know you're gonna miss out on big moves if you take 2Rs like myself. But I prefer to at least lock it in and over time compound versus, you know, yeah, I'm not gonna capitalize on big moves like Lanto. That's why I won't see the same R, but I know that this is good for me now. In the future, when I can afford to, when I have the accounts, everything, I can work on holding longer. You know, when it's not a priority to build the account and arrive to pay out this and that, and I can say, hey, I'll skip out, I want to build buffers, then we can change for this. But I just want to remind you, if you want to trade this, be okay with missing this, because you're going to see it on live stream that Lanto catches it and we don't. And if you're cool with that, you're set. If that's gonna make you make irrational decisions, then go for bigger moves, you know. So, because we didn't capitalize on any of that. So yeah, the model's clear. Like, can you please see if that 50%? Oh, my bad. Your question was, can you see if that was 50% of the range from here? With a second. Hold up, I'm a little confused in your question. This guy? You talking about this one? This one? So from 11, okay, I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying. So from 11, are you talking about 11 until current price? Or just until around the entry? That's 11:15. And then this guy, do you want it at current price, or were you talking about our entry? Oh, I'm sorry, I see what you mean. 50% of overnight range. Is that what you're talking about? So if I measure overnight range, our entry was just above 50%. No? Mark out 15 to 11:15, 9:30 leg. So press reject in a second. Oh, I see. Okay. So from 11:15 to 11:30-ish. This is 11:30. Yeah, you're right. See, this is 50%. We did reject it. Yep. That's a double confluence. Rejection of 50% and the reclosure beneath the gap after an inversion. Okay. I mean, that's cool, yeah. So I'm assuming you measure legs, huh? You go by legs. That's cool. 618. Yep. Nice fib levels. Okay, so I feel like we caught the meat of the move. And this is where we just move to the next session. Oops. And real quick, guys, I am glad I read that the model seems simple, because yeah, if you can execute it consistently, I think it's great. But the execution's the part, bro, because listen, I'm sure everyone in here, I mean, there's not like many of us, but like everyone's got to have a model that's profitable. If you don't have one, it's on YouTube for free. The thing is, I know it's gonna sound cliche, but it's very true. The model really isn't the answer, because like many people have profitable models. They're in a good Discord. They found the opening range breakout one on YouTube. They use the silver bullet of ICT, but the model isn't the full answer. That's literally one part of the edge. You got three parts of the edge, okay? I'm gonna just go into this real quick, because I want to make this clear. I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, this is the strategy and with this you go and you're gonna be profitable. No, there's three parts to an edge. There's the pattern you trade, which is what I taught you, or what I'm teaching here. We got the sweep, the expansion, the confirmations, right? That's just the pattern. Your second part is you have to have a risk management framework that is an edge in itself. Without a model, without anything, the risk management on paper has to look like an edge. Are you willing to always only take more profit than you lose, right? Are your wins gonna outweigh the losses, is what I'm trying to say. So you have to have a risk management edge. You have to have your pattern edge, and then the final most important edge, this is literally the thing that ties everything together. This is why they say 90% of psychology is can you execute those two edges consistently over time without breaking the risk management rules and without trading anything but the pattern. Once you have that trio and you put it all together, this is the system. This is what we call the system. You're part of the system. Your mind, your emotions. Did you have an argument last night with someone and now you're showing up in the morning a little stressed? Are you distracted? Are you clearing the mind? Did you go to bed too late and you're foggy? Like, you have to think about the things that are gonna keep you in a state where you can consistently only execute what you know works. If you have the model but no risk management edge, it's not gonna work. If you have the risk management on point and you're not trading a pattern that has a high probability, not gonna work. If you have the pattern and the risk management but no psychology to be consistent, you overtrade, you over leverage, or you step outside the model, it's not gonna work. You literally need all three. So I hope this session serves as a good way to learn the pattern, but just don't want to be like negative, but this isn't the answer to profitability. This is one of the three pieces and the rest comes from you. But that's why I like to show, like, we place order, we don't change position size. We don't lose over 2R. We don't trade a different pattern because it looks better because we just lost 2R. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Because too many people are like, oh, you just need this liquidity grab and that. But they forget to say, hey, there's a lot more to it than just the pattern. All right, that was my rant. Let's look for our pattern here. Nice London grab. Oof, okay. London grab and then a very nice rejection. So this is kind of the expansion we want, but we haven't respected a bearish setup yet. So I'm gonna put these two fair value gaps together because there's two. We come into this, reject and re-expand. Now we're looking for shorts down to London low. Inversion. Okay, so not looking for shorts obviously because we inversed it, continued to expand, and then a break of structure right there. So now we're not bullish or bearish. Just neutral. Let's see, the 1 hour gap or something. Yeah, she was aggressive, huh? She was aggressive. Okay, Asia, grab. Hopefully we get an expansion for upside. No expansion. In fact, it looks like a perfect grab and reversal. Let's see. Here we go. We have a price imbalance again here. Buyers were in control and sellers they took back that control, so sellers are in control. Okay. Yep. So we are definitely short-term bullish. inversed this bearish gap, created a bullish gap, created a bullish gap. We're not rebalancing anything. I'm assuming the fact that you have Frisco on here Friday. Yeah. So I have an account that I use for long test takes, and I follow that part of the system where Monday, Friday's half risk. The only reason I'll change it is if for some reason price is just looking prime, like prime. Yeah, I give you the example, very directional. I'll say, hey, I can do 1R, but usually on that account or those accounts, I'll just do a half risk. But it's not because I don't for sure know it's lower probability. I know what I'm saying is I know Lanto's model is profitable, so have some accounts for his and trust his process, and it's good. It's a good system. But on mine, like this one, when I trade my own, I go 1R all week. I just base it on, do I take a trade or not? And that's about it. We've already got our bullish confirmation. I would say that's the entry, because look, we drew into the gap, right? And we closed. Okay, might as well. Again, if it's a loss, if it's a win, doesn't matter because we're following the process. Last wick low is way too, but honestly, that's fair. It's outside these gaps. Yep. Not the biggest fan of that setup, but it actually follows the criteria, so we can't let how we feel be the reason we don't take it. That's our 2R. Question, would you guys take this setup or no? 400 risk. Just a reminder. That's part of the edge I'm talking about. We can't change that. But yeah, would you guys take this setup? Does that look pretty valid? Yes? Okay. Okay. I would have taken the setup too, bro. It doesn't matter. Well, A pluses are just A plus criteria wise. It doesn't mean they will work. So that was perfect. Our balance has been a little steady, but trust me, you would rather have steady over incredible swings. So we're allowed to take one more loss today. So let's risk it. Let's see what we can find. Anybody feeling bearish on the setups, or do you guys still believe the bullish trend is in control? I'm gonna pay attention to New York low. It's unclear to me. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm skipping a step. We're gonna watch for 5-minute displacement. Eventually higher, I think. Okay, cool. You know, there's no reason to be bearish yet, so I actually agree with that. Until once I see, okay, it looks bearish, then yeah, I disagree at that point. But well, we inversed the 5. Let me just think. Okay, so we got London grab, Asia, back around Asia, back all the way to London, inversion, disrespected. It's definitely a little more bearish than bullish short term. but we're not. Can you use fib to extreme low to high? That's the settings I have on it. What are we looking at? You want to turn anything else on here? We got the 382. I don't know the, what's another important one? That's about it. Let's see if anybody's just not convinced lower per. Yeah, I'm also not convinced on lower. I mean, we don't have we only have the first 5-minute inversion. You're right. And we did respect this actually. So I guess we have 2 bearish signs. 2, but break of structure, and a break of structure. You know what? I would say we might see short term down, but I wouldn't be super bearish until we're beneath this level, beneath New York low, because then we have a lot of nice room for London prices to get tagged, London low prices to get tagged. So let's just play it out and see. Yeah, market's super choppy now. Okay, so if you shorted there, you'd be all right for now. Okay, so this is kind of this is going to be very decisive. We close beneath New York low and expand respecting a bearish cap. Now I'm going to look for a sell order. If we don't do that and we're bouncing around here or we're creating bullish signs, the only reason I'll go long is because we grabbed our liquidity and she's not slamming down. She's not doing expansion. So she could just be a larger time frame bullish move like you mentioned. As long as no bullish SMT. Yeah. So let's see. We're going to grab the... Well, I guess not. I guess we're not going to grab the New York. This is what we're looking for. Remember, much earlier, hours ago, I said we need very directional price action. This is as directional as it gets, right? So I'm gonna look for a bullish entry because nothing has proven us bearish yet. And you know what? It's a little bit far of a target. But if we inverse this, we would have broke structure here. And we would have inversed this 1 minute. So, yeah, I would just, would you guys bet on longs here? Or would you guys say, let's wait because we're actually not, we're taking it inside the overnight range? Longs? Let me show you something. This looks exactly like, wait, who was trading on Friday in are all of you in Lanto's room? I know Alex is. Oh, and Roaring Momo, that's right, you too. Let me show you something. The reason I'm not a big fan of longing here is because we're inside the range. And look at this. Let's go to our top step real quick. So wait, can you guys see this too? Or is it just let me see my thing. Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. This was perfect. This was Friday. So if I just clear it up. Okay. So we had our London grab, right? We failed to seek expansion. Okay, no problem. Doesn't mean we're bearish, right? We have this chop. We have this chop. And then if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, somewhere around here, we went long. We went long. I think something like this. And what we were doing was anticipating that we would break this high and go for Asia highs. Is that what it was, Alex? I feel like, yep. Okay, we didn't sweep the low. You're right. But here's the thing. If you notice the way I prefer, this is the problem, is sometimes I'm gonna miss a good trade, but I keep repeating that it's okay because we'll always have another chance. I was hesitant on this long with the group because I prefer, like I said, break of structure. I'm gonna make that one white like we've been doing it. I prefer for price to tell us we've already broken structure. If had price closed above here and inverse this 1 minute all in one, I'd be confident for long. What happens is we inversed it down here. We're technically, look at this, is right here. This is London low. I mean London high. We're in the range. We're trading in the range and we haven't expanded. Not to get too deep into it, but obviously, like, you know, price turned around, it happens. But I would say A plus would have been had we closed up here, taking longs. Taking a trade in range is not my favorite. And right now, this is in range. If you want, we can take it. If you guys want, we'll take it. There's no problem. This is a back test. But I would like to see it close above Asia highs before we take. What do you get? What trade did you take from Friday? That's the one I took. That was one of the one in the group. And then I took two more, I forget. I think I took a short really late. I don't remember. And then I think there was a retake here, but I forget. I just remember this one very clearly. I was like, man, we're longing in the range. We're usually expanded away from it, you know. But anyway, we will focus here. I mean, we are inversing this. We're still in the range. I'll leave this up to you guys. Do you prefer we take it and see, or should we stick to trading when we're better expanded away from it, or clearly rejecting it? Wait, you're asking me? Equal lows? Yeah, we do have some equal looking lows. Damn, we've been here for 4 hours, bros. You guys are troopers. Seeing it reject that low makes it bad for me. This one? Well, let's just see. We're gonna be conservative. How about that? We can't I don't want to ruin our backtest results. So what we're gonna do is place the reference to see what would have happened, but we're not gonna take the trade. It's gonna be one of those just for educational, just to see how price moves. Let's say that was our entry, last low, which is in a fair value gap, which I'm not a fan of. I'm gonna widen it. So our 2R would have to be above this high. Let's just see what would have happened. Okay, finally expanding out of range. This would have been in the money. And at this point, because we're at this, oh my, we're not. I would say since price action is not A plus, this is where I would put stop break even. Because we got a good move in the money with price action not being perfect. Us trading in the range. So we're going to be aggressive. Oof, okay. Yeah, this is a good trade. It's okay. This is what you have to be okay with if you don't take the trades. There you go. Was that break even? No. Okay, guys, so it would have been a winning trade had we taken it. It's okay that we missed it, but it's okay because we, or at least me, I didn't find the in-range entry A+. But direction is correct. We dealt with almost break even. No problem. No problem. It looks so close, bro, but it didn't touch. It didn't touch. See that? Let's see, what did you ask? Hey, New, if you look at price now, there's a swing failure by 1 or 2 point and a strong displacement. It's a chance of reversal. You look at Friday, also the same thing happened in the afternoon. There was swing failure. This will be a long. Let's see. Oh, right here. You mean this R? Okay, so you're saying there's a swing failure, which I see there was. Yeah, it looks identical. Wow, hold up. See, this is what makes me think we're in a simulation. Like, look at how that pattern is perfect, and this one's identical pretty much. Almost. Okay, so what did you say? And we have displacement. Yeah, so we swing failure. This right here was a nice displacive sequence, inversion of the gap. But the problem with this for me, bro, is actually there is no problem because we swept London low, we got the liquidity. This looks like a reversal. We got our inversion. Inversion 1. Yeah, you know what, bro? It was too late in the day, but if this was early in the day, this is, in my opinion, you can take a long here. Just based off of the criteria. London low grab. Okay, yeah, we did expand, but let me see. This first setup, respecting the bearish gap here, didn't, like I said, we don't count the first one. So if it happens, okay. Here's the fair value gap. We expanded away. This is the first sign that I would be bearish here. I would think we're bearish, but I would say because we had this swing low like you mentioned, I wouldn't trade unless we're beneath it. We break that for sure. I mean, for sure I'm betting on short because it didn't happen and we had our liquidity grab and market structure to the upside. Yeah, just swing failure concept. Remember a while back where hesitation could take long, so that's what I'm saying. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yep. Alright, so clearly the trend is bullish. I mean, we could find another long trade, but I would say because we took, if I'm not mistaken, we took an L. Yeah, we took an L and then we missed the trade. I'm gonna move to the next day so we can finish this session, guys. Extra confluence. Yeah, extra confluence is good. Just curious, if you guys don't mind me asking, where are you guys from? Are you guys in the United States? In Europe? So I can get to know you guys a little bit. We're gonna do more backtesting together. Let's speed this up. UK, I'm in Austin, nice. California, hey, Cali vibes. UK, Toronto, Canada, nice. Welcome. Iki, that's the first message you sent, I think. Checking in on Iki, how's the How's the analysis for you? It's okay. Makes sense or no? Perfect. Oh, we got Nucci here too. It's been quiet. Okay, it's all good. I'm loving the live. Thank you for the knowledge. My pleasure, my pleasure. I'm gonna be real. This is probably one of the better backtest sessions I've had. I think it's because we're being extra meticulous on this. Let's wait for our setups, yeah? Let's see. Or for our criteria. London high grab. Incredible bullish displacement for sure. That's nice. Okay, wow. Notice how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the 8 candle sequence, we're printing a red now, just one seller's candle. This gap didn't even get rebalanced, so buyers are really in control. So if we get a good respect of this one now and confirm this setup, I will take another one long if we, that's perfect. Rebalance, full rebalance, yep. Okay, an inversion. Okay. Part of me would be willing to take this, but I know we shouldn't. Let's wait for one more setup, yeah? Or do you guys feel what I feel like? Keyword. Feel. Let me move on. I was gonna go based off how good it looks. Come on, we need a gap, we need a gap, we need a gap to work off of. Damn, market's just not offering any entry model. Wow. Oh, maybe on the 5, maybe on the 5. Nothing, guys. Okay, we got our first entry model. This one was cool. Again, we can't take the first, so. If we close back in the bullish direction, guys, we are in on this one. Nope. Perfect. There's the setup. Before we enter London high grab, there wasn't a reversal that made us wait. We had full expansion. Completely respected this gap, so much so that we didn't rebalance any prices. Created a gap that was rebalanced and confirmed. This was a someone traded that for sure, and this worked out. So after we got one extra one confirmed setup, sorry, we're taking the next one. And stop loss should be swing low. You know what? Just because of this chop, you see all this wick heavy price action. When I see wick heavy price action, I'm also more weary about the stop loss. So I'm gonna use this last wick low. Again, this is where you mix in your discretion and experience, because wick heavy means wick heavy. It means it'll chop around more. So this is technically more likely to get taken than this, technically speaking. And now, is that still making sense, guys? Is the whole adjusting stop loss based off price action making sense? Because I know that's not mechanical and I wish it was, but it's, yeah, sometimes we just have to be flexible. Yes, okay. Good, good, good. Why is there no level? Oh, Oh, this is all-time high. October, that's right. All-time high price. So, okay. I forget if we're near all-time high right now, guys. I think we are in the actual, like today. This is where we use psychological levels. Psychological levels are round numbers because this is our only target, right? The good thing is that our only target is past our 2R. So that's cool. We're actually set. If our first target was not, like there was no actual target, we'd have to use a psychological level. So you look to the right, you target 160, 180. You can go for like a 25, 200, right? In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this level gets taken at all-time highs. Usually all-time highs is very bullish, even though it might seem like the opposite. So we're gonna go for 400 risk again. No sizing up, just because we have the buffer there. That stop loss tight? Does that stop loss look tight for you guys? For the price action we have? You know what? If we stop out, we'll learn our lesson that we should open it up more and wick heavy. Because if I spread this, if I drag this down, looks like, yeah, look, if I drag this down, now we're increasing our risk. So I'm just gonna let it be. But you're right, I think it looks tight. And I'm gonna stick to a 2R, and I will only change it if price is very clean and directional and displacive. We can, you know, but if it's choppy like this, I'm sticking to the 2R. And because we don't have clear levels in the middle, I'm gonna go break even. Oops. Not it. Yeah, I'll do 50 if it remains this clean. If it chops around, I'll wait for more. It's starting to, yeah, see, it's starting to chop. Let's give it some breathing room. At least 618. Yeah, break even. So my 1R traders, you guys already hit profit. This is what I'm gonna do. I rarely do this unless I'll do this on a Lanto trade for sure. We will scale out at TP1. You know what? Never mind, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna let it go be 2R. Let it be 2R. I want to stick to the whole. If you miss the big move, you miss the big move. Like, you can't get in the habit of making decision based off that. So we hit our TP, great. I bet you this will go to all-time high. Cause all-time high is like a magnet, man. They trick everybody in thinking, oh, it's premium. It's gonna turn, but it's usually a magnet. I just want to see what would have happened. Yep, it's looking bullish. This is slow though. It's gotta take that 26, right? Market's about to close. Let's speed it up a little. Okay, either way, you would have either, yeah, still a great trade. I'm glad we got our 2R. Perfect. Just a reminder to stick to it. Probably find Asia. Yeah, you're right. We'll see. Yeah, I'm in California. Asia high, London low. Yep, and then London high. Yeah, Alex, you see, we had a nice bullish trend for a bit, Asia. Okay, same process. Let me get some water real quick, guys. Okay, so keep in mind something. So I just want to bring this up. So we're on the 21st of October. So what is that? About 3 weeks into the month. Had you been trading, let's say 100K evaluation, usually those are 6K profit target. You would have met it, but meeting it doesn't matter. The context of how you meet it matters. Because you can pass an eval in 2 days if you want to size up, and you can rinse through a couple accounts knowing you might blow 1 or 2 up in order to pass 1 or 2, right? But this was done systematically, following a process. I know it sucks to be in an eval 3 weeks, but would you rather pass it in 3 weeks or blow a bunch of them up in the short term? If you have the money to blow them up in the short term, by all means. But if you want to, build the good habits, you can take it slow on eval. It would have taken you 3 weeks with this process, but you did it the proper way. In my opinion, it's the proper way. Nothing wrong with sizing up though to pass in 2-3 days if you have your system. Nothing wrong with that. I know tons of guys that do it and they're good at it. Let's see what we get first. Wow, okay, so nice sweep, no real expansion. We gotta this is prime price action, huh? Okay, what do we see right now? All we know, so neither side is taking control, but the context is that we swept London low. If it's gonna be a bearish day, we would have gotten nice expansion with confirmation. None of this chop. If it would be a bullish day, we have to disrespect a gap like this, break structure like this, because this is an important zone. We're gonna see a reversal or an expansion, or it'll be a sideways day. Good thing is sideways days, we just don't touch it, But because it's the low, London low, and it's not flushing through, something tells me buyers are a little more in control. Okay, wow. So we got this break of structure. We inverse this gap, and this is the first. Is that the first one? I mean, this one's here's the respect. This is technically the first one, but we're not trading it. We got the break of structure. No expansion. Okay. This is the type of P that's, it's not my favorite. definitely not selling through. I mean, this is what I'm gonna say. The only thing that makes logical sense to me is usually when you grab a side, there's a big chance it'll turn around, but only if we get that confirmation. The fact that this isn't really blowing through tells me it's just not bearish, but it's not super bullish until we get structure. Like this was bullish to me, but then we immediately sold off. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Structure wise, we have a little bit, yeah. Technically, this is our higher low, and we're retesting this previous resistance that we broke through that should have been support. So, little bullish structure, nothing crazy, and the inversion of the gap, and we respected this gap. Let me actually give us some visuals. Respect, rebalance, respect. Actually, guys, hold on. We're getting enough context. You know what I'm gonna bet on? I mean, that's close enough to an inversion, but it's not an inversion. We inverse this, I will go long. Let me just delete this. Or does anyone see something wrong with that? I know price is a little bit messed up, actually. It is actually pretty messed up. I mean, look at this, too. You know what? We have enough bullish validations, and we can thankfully 1R risk is okay. We can afford the 1R risk if we get it. Yep. Last swing low. I don't like that it's between gaps, so I'm gonna put her outside the gap. Asia high. Asia high is only at 1.6. Wow. Anybody want to comment on this setup? I feel like we're following criteria. It's just not the best price action. Stop loss does look big. It's because we have this gap here. We could go for that. You know what? Do you have any stop loss on the other side inverse instead? Yeah, you know what? I like what you guys just said, because now that I see, if we were to inverse this 1 minute anyway, let's say it got inversed, that's a break of structure. This is our last low. So this is actually more valid than my conservative original tape. We will leave it there. Thank you. $400 risk again, not changing it. This is a, oh, and now Asia highs is a 2-to-1. So that's actually much better. Could have your stop loss under the other inverse instead. 80-ish. 60, 80 under this one. Bro, I honestly think that's too tight because this was the last swing low, short term, right? Here, I feel like, yeah, I usually never do it right outside the first one. That's just me. Let's just play it out. If you're right about that, great, because then we got a more RR. But I like to keep it consistent with at least swing low or outside of the gaps protecting it. That's the, part of trying to keep it the same every trade. Let's see. Oh, we got tagged in. Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna be aggressive with break even because of the bad price action. And if we hit London high, we're hitting break even. Or I mean, we're tagging break even. Ooh, no bueno. This is the best P8 for sure. My goodness. Okay. So that is break-even stops. And I think 1-to-1, yeah. Oh, 1-to-1 is almost there. Oh, and that's why you follow your model. Yeah. Yeah, wait. Oh, you mean the stop loss part, I see. Yeah. You know what, price is so janky, I'm gonna be aggressive with trailing because this is a 2-to-1. Okay, so I like to find reasons to be, so this up here, that's clear resistance. Why? Because the body of the green and the red are basically in line. That's exactly where buyers and sellers both rejected. And then it hit rejection here, and we broke through it. So this in theory should be support if we come to it. So I will just trail there. I usually don't trail that early, guys, but this is the discretionary part. When price is telling you like, this is my theme of the day, you know, for me, I'm like, okay, well, let's be a little conservative. I just don't like this sequence. When this happens aggressively, it tends to happen like again, like right there, happened again. If it happens here, we're done with this trade. But here's the good thing, guys. At least we waited for criteria, and guess what? We got the trend right. As long as you get the trend right and keep practicing that, there we go. You see, oh my god, this looks exactly like these two. So yeah, half an hour, perfect. That's actually a cool day. Whatever, all good, all good. Yeah, this has been the theme of price action today. Exactly what we're seeing now is exactly what it's been doing. Oh, we're on day 21. You guys good for to finish the 30th? I know it's taking a little long. Nearly midnight. Nice, bro. Asia high. Asia low. No. London low. And then we have London high. Perfect. All it takes is patience to wait for the trade to come in New York, and I mean, that, you know, Art, you're right. So that is one of the parts, is the patience part. Because right now we're back testing. So we're doing like the whole, here, we get to do this. Oops, let me not ruin our trade. We get to just speed through it, but sitting here for even just 30 minutes to an hour, and it gives you a lot of time to think about, is this confirmation? Is this confirmation? And for me, sometimes like what I experienced was sitting there for too long. I might see what I wanted to see. You know, I might be like, well, this is why. That's why I try not to look at the charts too much, because trust me, there's so much going on that if you keep looking, you're gonna find something. And at one point, everything can, not everything, but there can be a lot of information that contradicts itself, right? So I try to do my best to say, just wait. Did we get the sweep? Did we really get expansion? Did we respect the bearish gap and expand? And if we confirm that one setup, I have to wait for the second, right? That's the skill where it comes. Exactly how you're dealing with this. Okay, so like I said, I don't know if you were here earlier. There was a month where I forced myself to copy some trades, and that helped my patience. I had like almost like an epiphany during that month. I was having multiple like big realizations of like, wow, we really did wait, and the setup arrived, and maybe it was a loss, but risk was controlled, or it was still a plus. Like, this is part of the probability game where it's okay. So I don't have an exact answer to tell you how to develop that patience. For me, I followed someone else, and it helped a lot. And then one day, like when that realization hits you of, oh, this is the type of patience you need, you will almost be excited to do it on your own. You'll just be like, okay, now I have to, because I've seen it be consistent. This looks like a typical sweep and reversal because the buyers are so aggressive. Oops. The buyers are so aggressive. Look at inversion of the 1 minute while closing above these bodies. This is a break of structure too. Okay, at this point we get an entry model. I'll go long. Oh wait, let me not forget that we must respect the first setup too. That's the first setup. Damn, we actually didn't really, we didn't even rebalance. We didn't even rebalance at all. We didn't tap into that. This is a tough one here. I would say, guys, if we close back above this, I would be okay with a long. You guys agree? How do you feel about that? So we got our sweep. We did expand, but we didn't respect the bearish PD array and confirm a bearish entry. We did the opposite, created a bullish gap, respected it, broke structure, expanded away, and this is the next setup. Where would you put your stop loss nuggies? I would say this last wick low right here. Oh wait, we didn't even inverse it. Let's see. Yeah, we did. Well, you could argue this is the last wick low, but these candles are so big, bro. This is what I mean by making your judgment based off experience. I would probably be okay with bringing it down a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, nothing too wide. That's a 2.8. Same risk. that I look at it, it looks a little tight still. We'll see. Let's see what we got. We're tagged in. Good reaction. Initial reaction. Do we have a break even? Oh man, I should have paid attention. We have a 5-minute gap fill. And a 1 minute, another 5-minute gap fill. I want to say that's pretty good for break even because price action is actually quite directional and clean, and we're past the 50. Yeah, that's what we said we should do. I mean, we do, so there you go. Oh, damn, I probably needed to let it breathe a little bit. It's okay. So we've got a 1 break even. I'll still be bullish unless we're proven otherwise. So this is our break-even trade. Boom. Oh wow, actually, yeah, I'm glad we were aggressive with the break-even. I was pretty bullish until, if we break beneath this low and we see again, I know I'm sounding repetitive. Why such an immediate? Because remember when I mentioned that if price action is this clean and directional, like if it's this clean and directional, when we get to about 50% of the take profit zone, I'm comfortable break even, because when this is what I've experienced is when price action is clean like this and directional, the only reason it'll break its very directional price action and come all the way back is because there's a really good chance it's actually reversing. If price was choppy on the way up, choppy back and forth, I would wait until we're around 618 to 786 to go break even, because we can easily just get chopped out and still go to TP. So it sounds backwards, but I prefer to break even sooner when price is that strong, because if it actually is that strong, it shouldn't come to break even. And clearly here, look at, we were having beautiful displacement. It did turn around finally, and then it would have stop loss. It would have hit our stop loss. So now we're beneath London low grab. We didn't go for London high. If we close and expand beneath this, we can say shorts are valid. Yep. Wow. Okay. No 5-minute gap yet. Yep, right there. Does that make sense, the break-even part, R? Yeah, so let's just say okay. Notice that this price action is very clean and directional. If it's strong and actually bullish or bearish, it'll continue being strong until we go to our hourly levels. So when we hit 50%, I go break even fast when the price action is strong, because if sellers arrive and the sellers are strong enough to ruin the strength of the bulls, then I feel there's a high chance it'll continue flushing, and it could flush to our stop loss levels. So I'd rather take a break even. Whereas if price was very choppy, you know, like let's say this is your entry, and it's just like that, and it's like that, and then it's still grinding up, but it's like just choppy, then I wait for break even to be around 67718 area, because this can come to break even but still work in your favor, the trade. Does that make sense? So a lot of guys do it the opposite. If it's very choppy, they break even aggressively because because they think, right, it's going to go down to their stop loss. For me, if it's choppy, the price is telling me, yo, I'm going to work within a range, like I kind of need breathing room, so I don't touch the stop loss if it's choppy until we get, you know, again, this is like the window 618786, around there, more comfortable. Does that make sense? You just gotta imagine, if price action is that clean and bears are strong enough to really turn it around, it's probably like here in this case, this was clean, bears came strong enough, and then they were actually strong enough. You know, now we're thinking bearish shorts. So this will get, like, this model with time, it becomes more familiar. It's more like reading price action a lot, reading price action. The entry model is so simple, right? The key part is learning to read price a little bit and make decisions based off that, something that seems logical, you know. Just time and that's why I recommend backtesting. I think it's great. That's our gap. Our entry model would be, yeah, we're respecting all these bearish gaps. Let's see what happens. No entry. This is a gap here, but no entry model, no entry model. This technically is an entry model. You could have entered here, but I don't like that this gap's here. We would need a better retrace. Yep. Okay. Okay. Maybe. New my thinking. Yeah, it's definitely like, there's nothing, and it's gonna, there really isn't a right or wrong, because there's 1,000 ways to trade and 1,000 ways to do it in a way that's sustainable and profitable. It's just what works for you. What have you proven to yourself? What's something that you can stick to that's easy to follow? You know, what's gonna help you execute as consistently as possible? You know, the opening range breakout model is good. Oh, this is confirmation. I would say the wick high with a little bit of a gap fill. I'm just gonna go a little higher, just a little. Oops, just a little higher. Okay. And I would go break even when we break this low. Early low. Oops. Early low. Early gap fill. This is an internal low, the body, but it still counts. That's your 1-to-1, your New York low. Oops. 2-to-1. 400, make sure. All right, guys, let's go. You know what? I think, I wonder if we should go break even sooner. Seems a little far. Well, it is directional. Yep. That's very, I'm gonna break even now. This, look at, this is a perfect example, R. See how fast it is? So if after this sequence, price is willing to come back to our entry level, it's I think the probabilities are higher based off of what I backtested that it could run into drawdown and potentially our stop loss. So this is where we can go break even early, and it's all good if we hit break even. But you've got your 1-to-1, you're set. You've got, we're in between levels. Unfortunately, there's not like a higher low to trail right now. Well, you know what? I will trail. I want to show you why I would trail here. Because we have a very significant 1 minute gap. This is a higher low, but this is way too close to our price. I feel like it'll instantly trail us out. If price is willing, after that bearish sequence, willing to inverse these two gaps, then I would prefer it trails me out than hits break even. So I'm gonna put it outside the gap. Let's see what happens. Oof, nice. Damn. 2 candles, swept this. Not 1, but 2. So this is a little, that's definitely a little support. Bam, okay. Trailed out, but look, at least we read price well enough to catch a slice of the trend, right? If you're a 1-to-1 trader, again, you're out, you're conservative, and you're fine. If you're 2-to-1, trailed out, it's okay. Yeah, exactly, perfect. I like that mindset, bro. Some dudes would be like, oh, you could have cut it here and made some money. But listen to the words, they said made some money. It's like, no. That comes when the process is consistent and good with a good edge. If you're focused on profits only, you'll cut it here, you'll cut it here, you'll cut it here. And when you're not willing to cut the stop loss early just as quick, you might take bigger losses over time. So, question, do you guys want to take another short? I feel like we're aggressive. Let's see if we can find another one. We get an entry model, we're in. This is trailed out. Oh wait, we took 1 break even, 1 trailed out. Okay. I would say if we do not break this high, let me just erase. I'm gonna clean it up, guys. Sorry. We already swept. I'm gonna leave those there. If we do not break this high and offer a bearish model, I'm gonna take it. If we break this high, we might look like for a long. This will be the most we traded this session, but it's okay. We'll have one of those days here and there. I would be bullish because it made up all this trend and broke structure. Yeah, so let's see what we get. Okay, we have a nice 5-minute gap here. And there's no 5, small 5. This is the only 5 for now. Okay, real quick. I know this is probably super easy, but I just want to make sure. What would be entry model here? What would be entry model here? I know you guys gotta know. What would be an entry model for short? Perfect inversion. Damn. That's an inversion, but it's a little weak. if we get one more, okay. So my entry's not perfect, but at least we're working off confirmation and higher probability. And there's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with doing that. And this was the last wick high. You know what, guys? You see this little wick high? It's so close to this one. I'm just gonna go based off of this one, just to give us that little bit of breathing room. And our target will remain. Actually, this improves this is great. This improves our setup because now we're not looking for a break of this level to continue down and get our 2R. It's kind of breaking it, but it would be a wick. Let's see. 400. Let's see. If we lose this, guys, we're moving on because we got a break even, trailed out, and now we've got. But we're following the trend. And if where's our break even? Where's our break even? This wick low will be our break even. Because that was the last time sellers were in control. Oof. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stick to that because that's where sellers were in control. Damn, boys. Another break even. Keep wick high as stop loss. You know what? Wait, I said if we hit break even, we're done this session. All right, we're gonna move on. This was a good one break even, one trailed out, one break. This is normal. You're gonna have days where, bro, it's gonna be 20 bucks, but at least you didn't put yourself in a big drawdown. I'm sure we got the trend right though. It's just, yep. So we got the trend right. It's all good. No problem. No problem. Try to move fast, guys. Let's see. Good trade. Let's move on. That's right. You're right. Okay. London high. Low. There's no Asia high price or no Asia low price. That was already, it was already swept. So we're working with London levels. Bullish open, very bullish open. Before we even arrive to London high, what's a scam call? Bullish respect. I'm gonna group these two together. Bullish respect. Okay, let's see if we can keep going. Sweep of the high and creating another bullish and it seems to be respected now. Let's see. And we're inside another one. My goodness. All right. Remember I talked about that standing up rectangle, very bullish price action, right? Very. So we can already be confident that if we get an expansion from this setup, we can look for longs. But let's see what happens. No expansion. You know what though? I wouldn't be opposed to, no, not yet, I see. You had an entry there at 11:02, 10:02, let me see. I mean, yes, but remember, one of the rules we have, so this is technically the first setup, and we're looking for a setup, like you said, and expansion. Really appreciate long entry now. Yeah, not quite. It is a setup though, but it's just the first one, so I'm not gonna trade it. I'm sorry guys, give me like 2 minutes. I just drank a bunch of water. I'll be right back. We appreciate this. We'll have to call it past midnight. Everyone would love to know. Yeah, sounds good, Alex. Take care, brother. Have a good night, man. Okay. So, what's going on here? We've got, yeah, R asked if we had an entry. We technically did, but this is the first one. We don't take it. So let's see if we get another bullish setup. I'm gonna delete this for clarity, okay? Even though we're near the range, the reason that I'm interested in potentially longing, now I realize we missed the setup. Why? Because this inversion was followed by a break of structure. Notice how we had a lower high, lower low. We just disrespected that lower high plus the inversion. So now I would say I'm willing to take a long even before this break of structure. But let's see if we get a model, because we kind of missed that. So we have another gap right here. If we get a tap and a closure above green, a good closure, not like that one, I would be keen on longs. That one's okay. Okay, perfect. That's a better one. Boom. We go long. Last wick lows, unfortunately, a little far, but if we have the trend right, if we have price direction correct, we can aim for these levels. That's an internal high. And don't be shy for questions, guys. Ask away. This is good for everybody. First target, 1.5. That's awesome. Our 2R is right past the level. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're ready to put risk on. 400 again. Remember guys, we started the account with 100. Now it's at 106,526. I'm not trying to fixate on the P&L. I'm trying to fixate on the fact that this was done systematically. There's no gamble, there's no over leverage, there's no over trade. Just keep following, keep being picky, reading the tape. What is your BE plan? Great question. Great question. You see, I'm falling asleep here. Okay, there's nothing to work with there. Nothing to work with there. Well, we have a 15-minute gap fill, and it should be around 50. Yeah, it looks like it might be around 50% of our take profit range. No, it's below 50. So I would say once we're 50 and past, if the price action is super clean, we will break even. If the price action is choppy, we will wait until we're between 618 and 786. So let's just go. Let's let it play out. See how it's a little choppy? Not bad, but that's why I wouldn't want to break even at 50 now. Aggressive. Perfect. Okay, so we hit the gap fill. This could be a zone of rejection and return, or if the trend is actually strong and we got the trend right with the buyers in control, we'll be correct. So we'll see. Okay, new high, perfect. If you're a one-to-one trader, you already got your TP. One-to-one. Wow, I don't like that candle, so I'm probably gonna trail here soon, guys. Okay. Almost equal lows. Support. I will trail to this level. I will trail. I'm not gonna break even just because I don't like price. Yeah. Perfect. The trend is your friend, my boy. Okay, maybe now I will trail a little more aggressively to this low, because imagine we break this low, we eat all these gaps up and come here, it's potentially going to our trailing stop. Might as well save ourselves a little bit more. We're so close anyway, so. My God. Oh guys, market's about to close right there. Actually, top step would have closed us out right there. So we have to cancel it, but this is over, this is almost 1 point, I don't know. It's like 1.4R. But the trend is what we got correct, see? Amusing trade with a plan. I like this trade and risk management. Thank you. Yeah, the trailing stop. Was it you're talking about trailing stop? Delete. We're almost finished. 23. Perfect. Yeah, the trailing stop. Yeah. 18. I sound exhausted. Bro, honestly, I'm a little exhausted. I'm used to doing this much faster and in silence, but it's all good. Maybe I just need more coffee. Try to keep my eyes open. Appreciate it. Trying to keep my eyes. Oh, you're falling asleep. Oh yeah, you're nighttime for you. Yeah, man, all good. Okay, so we have all of our levels. Do you guys notice, like, that the overnight price of London, high and low, and Asia, high and low, is pretty significant, right? You notice how it kind of gives us a bias? Yeah, very important. Exactly. Like, and to give a little bit of context, what happens is when New York is trading inside the highs and lows, generally it's trading in a range that's balanced because all of Asia and London, buyers and sellers were agreeing on a price, unless you see something like this, right? A big displacive fair value gap. But most of the time, even in the range, buyers and sellers are comfortable transacting. And as long as they're comfortable, there is no direction. Because it's like this, imagine this guy says, hey, I'm selling this. The other guy says, I'll take it. Okay, I'm selling this, I'll take it. Everyone's just friendly. When it gets directional and hot is when sellers are under pressure and prices incredibly increasing, and now everyone's getting under pressure. This is when price becomes directional. You know, if you're inside the range, price is rotational. It doesn't expand. And what basically, like, to simplify it, what we say is rotational is like failed breakouts, mean reversion, liquidity grabs on both sides, and everybody defines it as chop. Everyone says, oh, it's choppy, or it has a lot of wicks, or people that think the market's hyper manipulated, which it's manipulated, but people say, oh, it's stop hunting. That's not really true. We're just in a balanced range and price has no direction. It's like the bad type of volatility. But as soon as we're outside of the London and Asia prices, or we at least grab one level, price tends to be directional. And all you need is the direction, and you look for an entry model. Inside the range, price is usually pretty trashy. Let me see. Would you avoid the session if London moved to? I know London, and I see you talk about this. I don't really avoid a session because it moves a lot. If the setup appears and the criteria is good, I'll trade it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But that's just me. You know, you can add any filter that you, for yourself, that you realize is helpful, you know? But it's true, this month, like, Asia has been so good, and London or New York has not been so good. It's backwards. All right. Let's move fast. London high grab, bullish gap, little bullish gap, and a bearish inversion, but this doesn't really matter right now until the expansion happens. Are we gonna respect or inverse this inversion? Just gonna let this play out, guys. 1 second. This is easier than clicking. Alrighty, expansion. We finally see one nice sequence, okay? Here, like I mentioned, buyers and sellers, they're indecisive. They have no idea who's in control. Now, everybody's selling. Everybody's letting go. And that's what we want to see. But the issue is we have this massive data built fair value gap from overnight. This is for sure news. Yeah, 8:30. This is, yeah. This is where people full pour Apex accounts to pass them. So unfortunately, even though this is a really nice sequence, I wouldn't be short until we inverse it. Because there's see this gap, and if you guys know about imbalances, this is time to rebalance prices. This is the time when buyers and sellers say, we didn't agree before on price, but now we're gonna agree. After the agreement, we're gonna know if it's bullish or bearish. So we can't short. Even if we have an entry model here, we can't sell anything. It's just rebalancing, And we can't be bullish because we're not above the range yet. Okay, now we are. You see there was a swing failure again by 1 point, missed the displacement. Yeah, here. I see what you mean. Swing failure. Yeah. I mean, if that's your model, bro, you know, then yeah. So, you're talking about that? Like this is your entry? Not a model confluence to take entry when down. Oh, like a confluence. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, if you use it for information, that's great. I was gonna say, if that's your model, then as long as you're repeating that same one every time, it's all that matters. There's not really like a right way. It's the one that you can execute. Okay, I have a question for you guys. It's already 12:32 in the session. Even though we took the highs, why have we not entered a trade here? What are we lacking? It's step 2. Expansion, yup. Nope, exactly, displacement. Same thing. Displacement and expansion is the same thing. Buyers aren't saying, hey, I'm in control. Sellers aren't saying, hey, I'm in control. It's just like, this is nice, but now we need to build a gap, respect it, and expand away, and then we can seek our entry. Boom. You see? Okay, you remember the rectangle I was talking about? Bro. Is this thing standing up or laying down? This is what I mean. This is horrible price action. When prices like this, no. We need price like this from this. So we can't trade that, you know? Buyers and sellers are just being friends. Right here, they're friends. Right here, the sellers are suffering. Actually, we're near the end of the session. This is literally the type of day where you watch paint dry and you don't trade. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need suffering to win. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's funny how deep that actually is. So yeah, everything in life is literally the same. Everything. 18R, no, we're not at 18R. Let me make the math. Is it really 72 divided by 4? Oh, damn, bro. 18R, that makes sense. Let me show you something real quick. Wait, what time of the month are we? We're near the end of the month, so we have 3 days left. 4 days. I think this month we got a 23. Basically same process, but the hit rate was low. But it was same process. So let's see if we can match our January in this back test. Dude, I think December, Lonta made a 30R, bro. Or November, I don't remember. If you guys were there, you remember. Thank you, bro, thank you. It'll be amazing when I have 20 Apex accounts. That's what I think. Oops. Let's see, so we're in 27th, right? Where's the, oh. November, bro, Momo, you were there? Nice. Bro, Momo, don't worry, bro. After my first payout, the first time I ever got a payout, dude, it took me almost 2 years to get a second one. So a year and a half, it's okay. I feel you. Yeah, really, because the way I got my first payout was not systematically and it was not sustainable. I had a streak of good wins and I got it. And I thought that was the problem. The problem was I got paid for doing the wrong work. So what I did after is I continued the wrong work. I thought, oh, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Repeating the same habit, repeating the same, blowing up. No payouts. I was so until finally I was like, I started working more on myself and entering the proper discords, but that's normal, bro. Don't worry. 1500, I feel top of the world. Yeah, it feels good that first one. You're like, hey, they like my work. It's good to get paid. That's funny because trading's so mentally exhausting. It's the only industry I know where if you do bad, you lose money, but you're still doing your job. That's the stressful part, actually. I don't like that part, but what can we do? London high grab, no real expansion. Reversal. Ooh, okay. Hopefully we get a break of structure here. Oops. And we respect this gap. This would be a double confluence. Yep. Little rebalance, break of structure. This is kind of the first setup. So now we have, assuming it keeps going, we look for a second expansion. I mean, a second trade. So now we can say something like this is an opportunity. You know? Because look at this structure, right? Again, just a simple visual. Whoops. I mean, you guys get the point. Higher, low, higher, low, higher, high. Let's see if we get an opportunity here. Okay, perfect. We inversed it. We close above this price imbalance. We will now go long. That's good enough for me, boys and girls, whoever's here. Let's see. The wick is too far in my opinion, bros. Okay. So I'm gonna use the body because this would have to be inversed, which is already, yeah, it would probably go to this wick if we inverse this. 1 hour. Oh, here's a good example. There's no levels, there's no data because we're at all-time high. So we will go with psychological levels. Let's just put our 2R and see what's the closest psychological level. So this is 806. So let's go 810. Or if you're conservative, you say 800. You don't say 810, you say, I'm willing to take a lower RR because for me, the way I think is 1, it's high probability. 2, it's a psychological level we can easily reject or we can trend hard. So we're gonna risk and see what we do here. Okay. Place order. What's going on here? Why is my order not placing? There you go. Risk 400, no problem. And break even depends on price action. If it's clean, at 50% break even. If it's choppy, around 70% break even. Again, we're hoping the trend is correct outside after the liquidity grab. You can trade inside after the liquidity grab if inside there's a confirmed bearish trend. See, this is a little chop. So this is why at 50%, I would not go break even. I would wait for above 61. My bad, I got excited. Oh my. Wow. I was too focused. We should be trailing. So let's pay attention. We've got 1. It's about to get wicked. This one doesn't count. Oh, this counts 2, 3, 4. We were supposed to go break even in this zone. Hey, you guys didn't call me out. You guys gotta call me out. But now I will trail here. If you guys realize I forgot something, tell me. Oh, perfect. This is a good displacement. Yep. Great. Great, 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 great. This is just a good month, honestly. That's crazy. Great trade, man. Thank you. More importantly, do you understand why we entered where we entered and waiting for just the validations of price, letting price talk to you? Because you can read the people technically speaking. As long as there's no crazy market manipulation that day, you can read the people. So question, here in your backtest, how are the stats on different months? You have it anywhere? How are the stats different on different months? I forget, bro. I don't have, because I have the free version. This is the free version. So it only saves 2 months and then I have to delete it. So I don't have it all, but honestly, bro, when you combined 6 months, the hit rate drops to like 58 to 63%. Yeah, usually you can see like a week. You do 1 week, you might have a really high hit rate, but if you're looking at averages, no, I have never sustained over 70% for more than 2 months. It's not, I haven't done it. It's just not, I don't know how people do that. Yeah, if you're very picky with the trade, bro, very picky, then like we are now, you have a better hit rate. But even being very picky, over time, it'll drop to like low 60s. But if you're still managing the risk well and letting the runners do their job, or the TP, it's still profitable even with a 55% hit rate. Oh my God, what did I do wrong? Oh, there we go. So that's not the London high. This is the London high. Okay, perfect. We're on the 28th, guys. We got 2 days left. Okay. Perfect. London high grab, expansion. No respect for this yet, unless we close above. Okay. See if we expand away from it. No. So this could be your sweep and reversal, but we need bearish confirmation. And we need much more confirmation. Wow, we have this data gap. I would assume, brothers, and sisters, if we inverse this 5 minute in the mid-range, I would aim for London lows. Because that would mean we respect this bearish gap and we inverse the very significant gap. Oh my goodness, nope, nope. Perfect, and we are now breaking a little bit of structure, a little bit. I will go short, my people. last wick high. This is actually a perfect stop. I like that one. 1.6 R. So we need hourly levels for 1.2, or sorry, for 2R. So this is your wick low. Wow, there's not many. 4 hour maybe. Oh no, is that the internet again? Can you guys hear me? Or is it just the website? Did we overwork this time? Perfect, we didn't lose our levels. Let's take this trade. Let's see if we got a 2-to-1. Yep, 2-to-1 would be right in between our levels, which is perfect. 400 risk, the same always. Not a good reaction immediately. You know what though? This is still A+ in my opinion. Okay. It's normal. Maybe it's not as bearish as it wants, or maybe it's just a higher low still. We didn't break this. Took a loss. I'm gonna remember with the red box. Should we do a retake if we inverse this, guys? What do you think? I feel like that was a good setup. It's just he went for this liquidity. Well, no retake offer. Field not look good. Yeah, this was a bullish wick, huh? So I would say, and it didn't offer, and we're expanding away. So the good thing is, was 1R. We can wait and see if we get a setup and expansion. I feel if we take London high above, we can take along. Yeah, if this is what I would say, based off of this model. If we, like I said, we create a bullish setup and we respect it, which we already did. Look at bullish imbalance, bullish imbalance, bullish imbalance. This is the first one that rebalances, price respects it, and it's starting to expand. If we get a new higher high, then I would look for a long, like you said. We can take London and take now a London long. The problem is this is the first setup, bro. Remember how I said I don't like to take the first? This is the first setup. I would wait for the second. I mean, technically, if you want to be very, very, very nitpicky with this, this is another imbalance. And technically this one, tap, confirmed, you're in the money, about break even, and it touched and closed green. So if it inverses this, I would go long. Yeah, I would go long right there. You're right. So let's see if we get a nice inversion. That's good candle. That's a good displacement. And I just hope that we close above the last high. If we do, great. If we don't, then no, I'm gonna put it at the last wick. Are we at all-time high again? We are. So psychological levels. What is a psychological level? So if we place it at our usual 2-to-1, we're at 970. That's actually exactly a round number. And then the stop loss, let me double check. Actually, I think this stop is quite valid. I'm gonna open it just a little bit to be outside the gap. 1.9, it's not bad. Same thing, guys. 400, again, same thing. And we will break even depending on price action. If it's display isn't clean, then we break even at 50%. If it's choppy, slow, we break even when we're closer. So we already took one loss. If we take another loss, we're done for this session. Oh, good reaction. Okay, that had to be news, bro, or something. But we got the bullish direction. That's actually crazy. Those are the best, huh? I love these. Even though it doesn't feel super systematic, those are the best. That's like a gift from the trading gods. Okay, we're good. We can move on. Oh my, look at that, guys. That's a headache right there. Hey, it would have still, yeah, what if it played out? Yeah, Trump tweet, for sure, probably. For sure, probably, I said. That's silly. Okay, let's see. We have how many more days? 27, 29, 30, 4 more days? 3 more days? Let's move on. We are doing fantastic, even with our slow pace and losses. Next day. Dude, can I tell you guys something crazy? I will never forget this day, bro. Last year, 2025, last year? Yeah. February 6th. If you go look at that chart, that was the first day that we had a Trump tweet candle. And the reason I don't forget the date is because that day ruined me psychologically. I worked so hard for it was 2.5 months of building. No payout, because I was like, no, I need a buffer, and I want to increase my 1R, and I was pretty much there. And I had 5 Tradify accounts, all 50Ks, and I was ready for payout on all 5. And oh my god, I entered a long, and within a second and a half or 2, we got that 100 point. I didn't have time to set the stop loss. My mouse went like this. I went to go to set stop loss. The thing dumped, just like how we saw it pump. It dumped. All accounts blown because I had sized up a little bit to get payout. And I was pretty depressed that day. Okay, same as usual. Asia low, London high. Now we wait. Yeah, you took long as well and stopped out. Yeah, I wish I got stopped out. I got liquidated. Let's see. Oh, we got a new viewer here, LMAC. Perfect. All right, LMAC, we're almost done with the month. We have 2 days left, but I'll still repeat what we've been doing. So, step 1 is always the same. We're looking for an overnight level to get taken. So we do nothing until it's taken. Doesn't matter which one. Perfect. London high. Now, we wait, because we will either have a confirmation of expansion outside and we look for an entry model to go long, or we will have a clear rejection, displacement down, expansion, and then we look for an entry model to the other overnight level. So let's see, right now we have a fair value gap. Let's see if we respect it or not. Laugh my ass off. Dude. I had tears that day, bro. Goddamn. Bro, oh my God. Never mind. Okay, so we are starting to see what I mentioned. Liquidity grab, no extension, not yet, maybe we will, but aggressive reversal. So let's see now if we respect the reversal by respecting this gap here, this bearish gap. We will wait and see. If price touches this and closes down again and creates a new lower low, that is a respect, and we can look for a short back to London low. Same thing with this gap. Same exact thing with this one. She's already kind of doing the respect. I mean, technically that's an entry model, but we need to either break I would prefer we break New York low to confirm that the sellers are in control, or we come and rebalance both and then close beneath. One of these two would tell me sellers are in control. Just like that. Okay. I'm gonna take this one. We'll go for London low. Our stop will be above this fair value gap, this wick, because it can rebalance it. Oh no, we have another one here. That's the problem right there. It's not a problem, it's just this is what I think. I like my stop loss. If we inverse this one and the second one, we're likely to inverse this one, so I'm just gonna leave it. No problem. Okay, and then again, even if London low is the target, this is a 2.1, so it seems insignificant just a little bit, but like I said, I prefer to stick to a 2R, so we can miss it by a wick. I don't know, you never know. And I will happily break even. Let me see. Good closure beneath this level, I break even. If it's a small, weak closure, if it's not strong, I will wait. Order set. Let's go. Oof, okay. We inverse this one. We need to close beneath, because otherwise, yeah, perfect. Otherwise it looks bullish short term. Not bad, but okay, now I'm break even for sure. So for my traders that are 1-to-1, you already took profit. You're good. And in theory, if London levels the draw, this is a higher probability, so why not? Still 2-to-1 for us. I really need a break here. Perfect. That's actually really good. It's just price sucks right now. But we got, look at least even if we break even, at least the trend, we have it relatively correct, you know? Let's see if the trend saves us. Ooh, no way, bro. Bruh. Perfect. Okay, we're very lucky to get one nice trade, so we can finish with this session. Let's see how deep the trend continues. Yep. We're cooking it. You guys too, earlier with the recommendations were nice. You know what? Let's make the next trade another recommendation. I'm gonna ask you guys, based off of what I've been repeating here, I want you guys to take a trade. Okay? This next one's all you. And we only have 2 more days. We're almost done, guys. Good job for being so strong. Oh my God. Let's see. I started at 11 a.m., bro. It's 6 hours. You guys are crazy. I can see who wants to learn, that's for sure. But I understand if you get busy, you gotta go. I get it, you know, life. No problem. No problem. Okay. Let's be fast. Asia high. London high. London low. Market structure, nothing too crazy. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys lead the way, okay? All right, so make sure you're ready. Immediate London low grab, okay? R or Sid Vicious, Roaring Momo, or who else is here? El Mac. What do you guys see here? What are we doing after this? We got step 1. We got the sweep. Get some water while you guys do your thing. Right. Perfect. And you said displacement on FEG. Bearish now. First FEG, one more down. Yeah, one more, exactly. So we got this bearish one. If price comes, touches it, and then continues with a new low expansion, we look for a short. The opposite is true. If it inverses it, we're not long. We need expansion after the inversion, and then we seek long. So let's see. Okay, we didn't touch the gap. We have a new one. Let's see if we respect the bearish, okay, inversion. Let me see if we have anything on the 5. Yes, we do. In fact, we have this 5. All right, tell me what you guys think next, because we do have a 1-minute inversion, but no expansion, of course. We have a 5-minute gap and a 1-minute gap. If we inverse down 5-minute, can short, you know, we did get confirmation for the expansion after the sweep, bearish price action. This gap completely respected. This one completely respected. This one is the first one disrespected. I think you're right. I would say if we close beneath the 5, I'm shorting also. So you and I are looking for the same. Looking for 1-minute displacement candle FEG. Yeah, we're looking at the same. Okay, we inversed it. But the trend is right now short until we're proven. Okay, so now I'm starting to think we're back in the range. We're back in the overnight range. So maybe we look for longs. Maybe. Because look it, we inversed the 5 and the 1 together, and then we expanded. Disrespected all this bearish price action. V-shaped recovery, yeah. So let's wait. I would say now, if we respect this gap, if we get a tap in expansion, I'm looking for a long in the range. There you go. It didn't really tap it, actually. It's respecting the gap. Wow. It is respecting the gap. Okay, it's inversing now. I'm gonna delete this little one, guys. Not important. Let's see if we don't have a new 5 actually, because we have so much displacement. Yeah. This is another 5. So we have 2 5-minute gaps. This one for me, people, my friends, it's a little confusing. Are you guys more bullish or bearish right now? Honestly. If this is a higher low and we break high, yeah, neutral. I'm also neutral. We need very clear price action. That's not. If it breaks high, I look long. This high, yeah, me also. If we break this high, I am looking long. I need to see more market structure. Let's do that. All I know is we swept, expanded, buyers came in. If we reinverse this 5, I will be confident in a short. But let's see. The problem is we are shorting here. We're anticipating a new low. We're not seeing a new low first. It's better to see the low first. But we will see. No five, just those. I think this is one of our most challenging days, bros. Kind of bullish now. Yeah, she's not flushing, huh? She's kind of wick, support. You're right. Okay. This is near an inversion again on the same gap. But I don't really like how. Ah, perfect. This is the more fresh one. This is the more fresh one, guys. So I would say, oh, this is my mistake. That is not a 5-minute gap. I was in a 3-minute chart. This is still the 5-minute gap. Would you guys take this short, honestly? Or would you guys, I think we need a cleaner break, no? You will? Okay, we're up like, what it was, it 18 R you said? 18, 19? We can risk 1 R. I'm not a big fan also, but she came all the way back into range, and if she was bullish, she would have expanded after eating all this. See all this sellers? Buyers took all of it. If they were really bullish, they'd continue for London high. Instead, we're back beneath London low. I would say if we reinverse this, for sure, I would short. Let's just wait for a cleaner inversion. Let's wait for a cleaner inversion. Okay, that's a cleaner inversion. We're gonna risk it. Worst case, guys, the price is not super clear. The stop loss model is here, but price is not A+, so I will give it some breathing room. I'm gonna go to this one, okay? Just because I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's too big, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna go to the body of this candle. Right there. Right in the middle, in the between these two, okay? Just because it's not super clear. Two to one, but we need our hourly levels now. Wow. We have a big volume imbalance here. That's the entry. This is the volume fill. We don't have anything else right there, so I'm going to just get the midpoint of it, just so we have a medium. Let's see how we look here. So target 1, our first liquidity zone, is over a 2R, so it's okay. I will leave it at a 2R. This is higher probability. Now, again, 400, like every single trade. See what happens. You don't wait for a 1-minute entry. What do you mean? This is a 1-minute entry. Oh, you mean this one? You mean this one? Yeah, 1 minute touch in this basement down. You know what? I said you guys could take this trade. Let's listen. Let's wait. If we get the trade, great. If we don't, it's still okay, because we're protecting capital if we don't. Well, you know what? I like your idea because price hasn't been perfect, so now we're being extra patient. There you go. Let's see if we get a closure beneath. So are you saying you would end? Oops, no, not yet, not yet. You would enter on the reclosure beneath the 1, or would you wait for the 5? I tend to wait for the 5 personally. What would you do? I want to know what you would do. because the one is inside, you know? Yeah, we'll take it now. Now. Okay, wait. Well, it hasn't inversed. I'm gonna wait till it inverses. If it does, I'll take it. There you go. Perfect. Short. All right, we got R's trade. Is this your second trade with us now? I think so. So this was, I think this is too close. And we'll go here. I mean, that's pretty close, yeah.
Probably know
and our first level is way down here.
You need to get your brand in front of your fans?
So this is actually fine. Take
that help
off
your
it.
business stand out. We print
400
postcards and
risk.
flyers that get people talking, and we print must-have merch like tote bags, T-shirts, and water
I
bottles.
say we close beneath New York low. We go break even
so that customers can go from noticing
as
your brand
normal because this low is too close
right
to the
now, new
entry.
customers can get 25%
Okay.
off with code NEW25.
Sorry for the ad, guys.
Because if you need it,
Wow, been here for 6 hours. All right, this is R's trade. R's trade is because if you look at, okay, so this was a nice bearish sequence, but now if you look, we are internal. You know, if this is the range, okay, it's hard to see. We're in the middle and price made me believe we were bullish here. Then it continued bearish. Then we had invert, you know, it's not super clear. So when it's not clear, I give it more room. So this swing high is too tight, in my opinion. This one is the model. Usually this is like very accurate, but I'm gonna give it space. You understand? If the price is beautiful like this, I stick to the regular stop. If it's now like this, buyers and sellers they don't understand. Like, what if we get, you know, an aggressive sequence like this right here, you know? What if we get something similar? You don't know. Let's see. Perfect. My guy R is cooking. You got a better entry than what I would have. Okay. We are betting on the fact that the trend is going to help us. You see what I mean? When price action is no good, you give it a little extra space. Maybe it's still a loss, but for sure, this was a loss now. Now we have at least a small chance. That's what we need. We need a reclosure beneath this 5, bro, honestly. And this one. I think we have a 5 there. Yeah, this is the fresh one, the new one. This one's better. So and we already inversed this one. All right, let's go. See, we're back in this range. You see what I'm saying? It's okay. Risk is managed. If we lose it, totally fine. This is a very stressful trade, actually. We're gonna let it play. Look, we have the trend correct. Okay, nice closure beneath New York low. We're probably gonna hit break even because this price is so bad. It's up and down, but at least it's a break even, or best case 2R. Oh my goodness, this is If we make a new low, we break this low, I will trail the stop. We break this low here, I will trail the stop to this high. Just because I'm not a fan of the price. Good call on the wide stop there. Thank you, bro. Perfect. We got our... Is that a wick or a close? Sorry. That's a close. Perfect. So we will trail it. So this is a little bit more than half an R. If we get trailed out, half an R. But if you're a one-to-one trader, you got your profit right here. So you're good. Ooh, okay, there you go. That's why we trail. Perfect. But a good call R on the entry, because honestly I think we would have trailed less aggressively. So good entry. Wait, I didn't see that one. It's because I'm for sure I'm a little tired, but one trade, half R. At least some R is made. Yep. Last day of the backtest session, yeah. Last day. Or you know what? I think Halloween was open. This is the 30th. So I think we have 2 more days. Because this is Thursday. So last day. Let's see if we cook these 2 days or no. This is a nice fat new day opening gap. We will just reference it for context. We're not going to make a decision on bias now. London high is blue. London low is blue. Asia low, red. Looks like equal lows. Okay. So we can say Asia low has equal lows. No London sweep yet. There's the sweep. Okay, both swept. I'm gonna move this gap real quick so we can see better. Both swept. We wait for expansion or a sign of a reversal. Okay, little expansion. Small gap, but it's super small, bro. Respected. You know what? They are being respected right now. If we make a new low, then I would say that gap is doing its job. Yeah. But you see, this is the price action I'm talking about. This is not directional. It is downtrend, but look at the wicks, bullish wick, bearish. It's like buyers are fighting. This is what we want. Perfect. Are you guys more bullish or more bearish at this point? We did get our 2 liquidity grabs. This is kind of weak expansion, but now we're starting to get more. Perfect. So next step is we look for a fair value gap that is respected. We're not going to trade it. We're just going to wait for price to confirm that it is respecting our model, and then we take the second opportunity. So for example, if we inverse this one, then it's a good setup. Not to trade, just to confirm downside. We inversed it. That is great displacement. Oh my. Yeah, that did look good, but now buyers came in heavy. Good thing we don't trade the first one. That's what I mean. We are in a very big downtrend, so keep this in mind. So the last trade was a small R. This is the only 5-minute gap. Nothing here. This is a small one here. I would like to say well, it's not bullish or bearish, but if we close beneath this 5 and expand, then I would look for a trade. If we inverse it and expand, I will go long after this one, after this inversion. Because remember, the first setup, we don't trade it. Yeah, she might be bullish now. Okay. I'm thinking shorts, guys, but the problem is we're around the overnight levels. Let's follow our rules where we take shorts expanded away from the lows. Let's not trade now. That is exactly what we need. But now we need an entry model. I say, if we respect this gap and close down, I will aim for lower. Or if we inverse it and still close beneath it, I will believe sellers are in control. Maybe we don't get a setup. This is like news candles or something. Bro, what is this? Did you guys trade this? That looks like psychopathy. Yeah, exactly. This is not. This is what I'll say. I'm not gonna trade this gap because it's just look at the price, right? If we break this low, I would look for a bearish setup. Not a full break. That's a full break. Okay. We have two gaps right here. So hopefully no crazy PA. If we close beneath this gap without crazy price action, then sellers are in control in my opinion, and I would go short. Yep, because look at, now we broke the last low. Well, actually not quite, but it's still looking significant to me. So we will short this. And okay, so check it out, guys. The model stop would be the last wick, and there's 1 minute gap here. Because of this crazy PA, I will use the gap. Oh wait, there is no gap. I'm sorry. I will just use the regular model stop. And now we get to put our hourly levels and see if there is something we can tap. Oh, this is actually perfect. A bearish setup in theory, we're supposed to, in theory, if we're actually bearish, this will get filled. That looks good. Yeah, exactly. So that will be, unfortunately, it's not a 2R, but it's a good target. And then Wow, this is the next internal low. I'm just gonna reference, because there's nothing to work with here, I'm gonna reference the midpoint of these two levels just to find a happy medium. We're only looking for 2R anyway, so we don't need the midpoint. This is the 2R. This is the 2R. Place order 400. Everything is set. We don't have a reference for break even, so like normal, if price is fast and directional, break even will arrive at 50%. If price is choppy, we will wait until it's near the 786 level. Let's see if we get lucky here. Let's see if we are actually still in a bearish trend. See the structure? Let's see. Oh, nice candle. That's actually really good because it created a volume imbalance, which tells me sellers are very powerful. A fair value gap is strong, but a volume imbalance is stronger. Let's see if it's true. Yup, perfect. Quick and easy. That one was nice. Let's see if we filled the new day opening gap. Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah. You guys are cooking actually. We got our one. Is this considered good price? You know, bro, for me, no. This for me, no. The initial grab, yes, this was good price. This is bad price. So it was changing. It went from good, bad, good, bad. This was not so bad. This is good. And then this was horrible. I don't know if this was news. This here was good price action because this type of bounce is normal in a downtrend. Let's see if it keeps bouncing and continuing. See? Bounce, expansion. Okay. Yeah, you see it's not the best price, but the trend is correct. That's the thing. That's why I always say we must focus on first the trend, the direction, and then an entry model. So this is actually going to the levels that we drew. So we got the trend correct. It's not bad. You know for sure Lonto would be boom over here. But yeah. All right, let's move on. We got one nice trade. We have one last day. Perfect. This is the last. Yo, you guys have been here for almost 7 hours. Good job. This is crazy. Amazing stats here. Your ladder, latte things. Hey, no problem. Honestly, you guys amaze me for being here for this long. I told my girlfriend before the live stream, I said, man, it's probably gonna be boring and long, and it's just how it is. Oh wait, I guess that was the last day. Simulation is finished. Show me analytics. You guys ready? You guys ready? We're gonna give it, wow, nice hit rate because of a lot of break even. They count the break even as a win. So this is probably like 73, 72. Average R, 1.7. And I think 3 or 4 trades were you guys. So you guys are, 78's good, bro, but this is 1 month. You do 3-4 months, it's going down to 62%, 60%. This happens to be a good, clearly just a good month for the model. I think in December, no, not this, I forget which month last year, it was so bad. September, bro, it was a break-even month, almost all month. Like, I had to trade a different style, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna chill out for a bit. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm probably gonna share this post just because I didn't expect such a good session, and hopefully it uploads to YouTube properly because I know the internet went out. But All of you guys, nice to meet you. You guys are literally the first ever part of this community, first live session I've ever done. Roaring Momo, R, Sid Vicious, Elmac, Nucci, and then we had a couple other people like Alexander and them. Thank you guys. Peace out. Thank you very much for having so. Hey, no problem. You guys take care.